So we did have some storms, believe it or not. Highlands County, they had a storm that was pretty hefty. They are having a crew go out there today, the National Weather Service. What they do is they basically go take pictures of the site. This was, by the way, near a mobile home site. 3 mobile homes, I believe, were damaged, and then there was also an injury. So they are thinking that it was a microburst. It makes sense because whenever we have cooler air kind of rushing in, that storm collapses and pushes everything out. You get straight line wind damage. So looking at the pictures, doesn't really look like a tornado. Tornadoes usually have like a little bit longer of a track, but we'll see. We have the experts going out today, and we'll get that latest report. But that happened around 8:45 last night, close to Sebring in Highlands County. Speaking of Highlands County, they are the ones that have been lucky with the rain. Yesterday, they received, this is 24-hour rainfall totals, Doppler estimated, so radar estimated, but they received anywhere from 1 inch to 3.5 inches just south of Lake Placid. Meanwhile, in Polk County, they had a little bit more than 1.25 inches, while everybody else just suffering through, sitting very dry. Now today we do have more rain chances, but it's mainly east of I-75 across our interior locations for today. Here's satellite and radar. This looks promising, right? But it's only coming in bits and pieces. Actually, we have a complex upper level pattern on the way, and that will finally sweep through come this weekend. But things have kind of been locked in place, and really the only driving ingredient that we have would be those daytime sea breezes as well as the daytime heating that really gets things going. Unfortunately, the best opportunity to see things get going are for our inland locations. So here we are, pretty quiet right now. Muggy too. We have temperatures that are in the upper 60s at this time, lower 70s. We have some milder marks closer to the coast. Port Manatee, Sarasota, Venice, you guys are all sitting at 73. Tampa's at 74 this morning. Riverview also at 73. Newport Richey, good morning to you guys, 72. We have some lower 70s, upper 60s. As you move inland, Winter Haven, Frostproof, Wauchula sitting between 67 to 69. As we look at Futurecast next couple hours, I started this at 3 o'clock because that's when things will start get going. Pretty quiet up until then, mainly east of I-75. Again, Pasco County, Hernando County, the far eastern edge of those counties could see the rain, but most of it have just pushed its way into our central part of the peninsula and eventually off to the other coast. So again, today, tomorrow, and Friday, we do have the chance for storms, but it's mainly for those locations. Here's a severe weather outlook. Just expecting typical storms for today. Could get some gusty winds in that, some downpours. And then tomorrow, looking a little bit more promising, especially for areas along the nature coast. But again, it's really the coastal areas, Manatee, Sarasota, Pinellas, Hillsborough. Those are the areas that really could use the rain. And I think we're not going to see too much of a change on the drought monitor tomorrow for those locations. 7-day forecast for Mom. We do have those rain chances, so keep that in mind. And speaking of moms, there's a stellar one over there just telling us. Yes, Sarah, all depending on the location. We do have some rain that we're tracking again for today, but it's not so much for the coastal areas. Now, for the kids, on the ride to school, it's a little bit muggy out there, but it's dry, 75 for that temperature. For the ride in, for the ride home, we're talking the upper 80s. And again, some of you will see rain for today, so maybe pack the umbrella for the kiddos. And kids, make sure you're making those projects for Mother, for the coastal areas.
We are all.
We're trying. We're trying. Okay, so it's Hurricane Preparedness Week. I have not touched on this yet, but it is day 4 of Hurricane Preparedness Week, started on Sunday. And today's topic is get moving when a storm threatens. So here are some things that you can do. First, you got to protect your home, right? You should be doing that right now, getting all those steps. So when it's go time, you can just put things in order, get it going. Shelter options for you and your pets. Another thing that you can figure out right now, just have things lined up for the future. And you want to make sure you have a to-go bag ready to go. We actually have some at our station for our reporters, for our anchors, for our meteorologists, because we have to hunker down ourselves. Help your neighbors. Of course, you want to do that before you get out. And then eventually you do want to follow those evacuation orders when they are put in place. So we learned a lot last year. I'm sure everybody has a teaching moment, right, that they can share. So we will have our hurricane special coming up soon. We have been working hard on that. All right, let's get to our weather currently. We had some pretty hefty rain in portions of our area. Polk County, a little bit more than 1.25 inches. It was really Highlands County that was the star of the show yesterday. We had anywhere from 1.25 inches to 3.5 inches near Lake Placid. They also had some stronger storms out that way. The National Weather Service will be going out and surveying the area to see near Sebring to see if there was straight line wind damage or a microburst, downburst it's often called, or tornado, which I think it was a downburst just because we're not seeing damage throughout the area. Satellite radar here, this looks promising, right? But it's not on the way quite yet. We will have an upper level system eventually move through our area, but it's kind of stuck in place right now. So the only thing that we have to get us going in the afternoon would be those sea breezes as well as daytime heating. And just the way the wind blows, it happens to be that our central part of the peninsula and the eastern side have the best opportunity for that rain. Temperatures right now as you head out the door, good morning everyone. We're sitting in the upper 60s, lower 70s. We do have those milder marks along the coast. Thanks to the Gulf temperature. I was in the Gulf yesterday and yeah, it felt nice. But it's warming up fast there. The Gulf temperature just below 80 at 79. Futurecast here starting this off just after 3 p.m. Storms will get going around 2-3 o'clock this afternoon. Isolated storms, most of it will be rain. Couple downpours out there possible. Eastern side of Pasco, Hernando County looks like it's pretty promising for some rain to develop around 2-3 o'clock, but then it pushes off to the inland areas. Polk County will get some of that and eventually kind of fizzle off to the east there. Now, over the next week, this looks promising. We could have more rain along the coast. Those areas really hurting. Hillsborough County, Pinellas County, Manatee, Sarasota. Once we get that low pressure system over here, it looks like rain will start to increase along the coast, which is the area that really could use it. 7-day forecast here, basically rain chances every single day, but the location is the important part of it. Sunday for Mother's Day, make sure if you have any plans with mom, it's not dining outside just because you may have to dash through those showers. We'll talk more about that as we get closer to Sunday. For now, Sarah has a look at those roads.